Pharmacovigilance is the global infrastructure of drug safety, a massive system designed to monitor side effects and protect human lives. Theoretically, the process is clean and frictionless, governed by a rigid framework of regulatory checklists, standard operating procedures, and data integrity protocols. This creates the checklist illusion, the assumption that technical expertise alone can navigate a successful audit. Treating an inspection as a mechanical exercise leaves the auditor blind to the actual operational environment, where human behavior and unpredictability determine the outcome. In practice, the job begins with a logistical gauntlet. Auditors frequently face month-long scheduling delays, constant rescheduling requests, and sudden last-minute cancellations. Some auditees employ more aggressive tactics, such as allowing IT servers to block document requests, or in extreme cases, demanding pay-to-play fees before the audit can even proceed. Remote audits introduce technological roadblocks. By granting restricted access to read-only files, auditees prevent the auditor from verifying evidence. This creates the one-man show risk. When one individual controls information flow, their resistance stalls oversight of the entire system. A technical audit plan is effectively useless when the human elements of that system are actively hiding the truth. Soft skills function as tactical mechanisms designed specifically to dismantle this interpersonal resistance. Empathy and clear communication act as the primary defense against the language barriers and overt hostility found in global audits. By removing complex jargon and maintaining a professional tone, an auditor can lower the tension and discourage the auditee from maintaining a defensive posture. Active listening requires an auditor to do more than hear words. They must clarify, paraphrase, and summarize statements before mirroring them back. This builds trust, unlocking deeper layers of a system and encouraging auditees to share information openly. This level of active engagement uncovers specific details and systemic truths that a standard checklist would likely miss. Execution is rarely seamless. In remote audits, unmanageable time zone issues often leave the auditor with rapidly vanishing time to complete their review. Critical thinking allows the auditor to maintain objective analysis and make sound decisions even when logistics or personnel availability shift mid-audit. The friction often persists into the post-audit phase, where auditees may try to negotiate the removal of specific findings or argue against the report's conclusions. Maintaining a rigid professional structure, such as sharing clear agendas in advance, provides the anchor needed to navigate these difficult conversations. Auditors risk failure if they lack these analytical skills. Without the ability to adapt, an auditor may complete the entire review process without identifying a single critical observation. True adaptability preserves the objective truth by dynamically maneuvering around human obstacles without compromising regulatory standards. The ultimate goal of any audit is the implementation of CAPAs, corrective and preventative actions, to fix systemic failures. If the auditor fails to build rapport, these corrections are delayed or ignored. Unaddressed systemic flaws pose a direct risk to patient safety. The auditor's role has historically been viewed as a quiet adversary hunting for errors to punish the auditee. Successful auditing requires a shift toward collaborative partnership, using the human element to turn a tense inspection into a joint effort for quality improvement. This requires the auditor to treat their own communication and interpersonal skills with the same rigor they apply to technical pharmacovigilance training. By mastering the art of interaction, auditors move beyond the checklist to build the collaborative partnerships necessary for global health and safety.